Knock, knock. Shape-shifting demons, beware. While I'm asleep. Knock, knock. Shifting demons, beware. While I'm asleep. Knock, knock. Educate yourself, dog of the Nephilim, how they possess the souls of men and women. There is a CME affecting Earth. The frequencies are very strong. Yesterday, I experienced so having to be asleep. So I'm having to rest the body, as they say. Mind, body, and the soul is important. Oh, trespassing now. Knock, knock, knock 5 times on my door. You don't come anywhere near my private dwelling. You might want to investigate educateyourself.org or Book of Enoch of the End of Days. The times we're living in, where people are busy travelling and going on holidays or on the beach right now, they're going to have a rude awakening. Oh yeah. Well, again, the events are unfolding, just like in the Book of Revelations, in the King James Bible version. Luckily, survive the best one can. So much deception. Wow, not just in the skies, but generally speaking. So the cost of if you want to go away on holiday in England, yesterday somebody did a stream from the UK on the cost of living of like even overnight or a couple of nights up north or somewhere down south in Cornwall. Look, these hotel companies are chained, and even independents are charging over £100 for 2 nights, maybe more, and these are not even quality. So yeah, investment in food. I was just looking at my expenditures, and I don't need a lot myself. But the cold calling, knock, knock on my door. There's a notice on there. Notice to agent. It's notice to principal. And notice to principal is notice to agent. Refrain from any invitation or offer to my private dwelling. If you're offered a contract offer, which is a living, you have no authority over me. Pieces of paper doesn't give the assumption to imply the power over one. Gathering evidence of my private business is unlawful. Monitoring my internet and everything I do on a practical level is unlawful. That's gang stalking, the stalking. Oh, and then there's a brain interface at a bit, which is real, the technology. I wonder if I can get a website up for 7 days. 19th, can you believe it, of August 2022. So the signs are there. Let me see if I can get just a tab up. Great Depression, people had to survive all those years ago. Top tips of energy efficiency. These big corporations for gas and electricity. You know, they're all pushing the smart agenda, which is all control. Digitalization. Digital movement group, involvement group. This is a UK housing company pushing the national agenda. Keep track of your energy use. with info from a smart meter. Make sure doors and windows and draft proofed it. Well, that's a joke, because you set up with your demonic entities. 2017, you didn't repair my flat door till about 8 months during that whole winter period, so you owe me for that. And the same goes still today, 8 months today, since the 13th of January 2022, is set up with a public servant smashing my door. And you haven't repaired it even then. That's a joke, isn't it? And it says, if you're using your oven, try cooking several items at a time rather than cooking things separately. This is how they're trying to offer tips. Is an invitation. It's a requirement. Don't leave electrical equipment on standby. Turn lights off when you're not in the room. Well, I already know about all these common sense approaches anyway from years ago. See what others offers your providers have, for example, and they're promoting. They should not be promoting, right? Never should be promoting on their website this housing company. While they're promoting one company is offering a free electrical blanket. No, I can't even use. You go the old school. You get your old blanket if your speaker's still got old blankets. I have, you know. Your handmade covers with the bed and things like that. I already got all that from before. Oh look, listen to this. Only boil the amount of water in your kettle that you need. Well, I've already been doing that for years anyway. It says you could put hot water in a flask in the morning, so you have hot water ready to make a cup of tea. Well, that's already, that's nothing brain science on that one. No pun intended. That's already a plan anyway, in case there's a power cut. You just don't know these days. I don't. Use the Washington. They bloody messed about with my washing machine in the first place. There's no point paying for the service because they've been messing about with my flat anyway for years. And they weren't even for years where the washing machine is. This is what they're implying. Lower temperatures. Get used to washing things by hand. Because when the mainstream electricity does go off the grid, what you gonna do? You've got any skills knowing how to wash things by hand like they did in the Great Depression period. Very few things need a boil wash. 30 degrees washes uses a shorter cycle, so you don't have to use much electricity or hot water. You see, I go from my upbringing, what I was raised, and my late mum was raised, and generational that way. It says, make the most of off-peak electricity if you have it. Batch up your washing and just do loads 1 or 2 times a week. Well, so I do that anyway. Well, I don't. But my private eye friends do. Right, this is water. Get in touch with your water company. It's not your water company. It's a limited company, its agents. They have tools to help reduce the amount of water you're using. No, it's more smart meters. Everything is a grid pattern these days. Remember having a shower. You just says, well, that's a job. That is the law. You know, this UK housing company. I won't go into it right now. Don't wash up every meal. Just wash up once a day. Well, you have 1 meal a day, and you only do it 1 a day. Ooh, turn the tap off when you brush your teeth. Already have all that conservative, not conservative reduction on the use. You get used to using buckets. Get used to using. And here we go. If you've got a garden, save rainwater to water plants. We hope these tips have given you some ideas of saving energy. If you're struggling with energy bills, you can get extra help, financial help. Really. Cost of living campaign. That's a joke, because that £150 a UK, it's gone straight on to people's council tax accounts without being known about it. Oh, by the way, the call centres are working for this housing company. What experience do they have in finance? And then the budgeting to energy wise and having fun on a budget. Really? This is what they're promoting on their blog website. Budget recipes. This is a joke, isn't it? But 12th of August this year, just gone. Read about customer network group working hard to create their college to show their commitment to equality and diversity inclusion. That is a massive joke with me. 5 years blocking repairs and my negotiations in my home. Written by somebody online. When you're targeted and gaslighted by these demons, shape-shifting, nasty pieces of work. Colleagues feel confident to be their true selves. Part of is hearing what our customers have to say and put into action. You want to see what they're not doing around here. Why pay service charges? That's where the disability alley pledge comes in, developed by customers for colleagues. What a load of BS. We are unique and proud. No, me, not my disability, is Customer Diversity Action Group. Really? Not when you're DI. They have around 2 regular members of all customers. They meet every 2-3 months. Priorities are put customer centre of decision making when alterations are made to the homes. That is absolutely never, ever, 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 ever happens. Never. Involve customers in planning stage new developments. Advocate for accessible offices. Well, that's our employees. Where awareness of colleagues about disabilities. I think they need more training. Review policies, ensure they're inclusive. Challenge stigma. Really? Not when you're targeted by these demonic Freemasons, nappy and shape-shifting demons who work in this company and many others. Create fair policies for all. See, beware of some disabilities are invisible. Show empathy and compassion where they don't do that. Challenge stigma and discrimination prejudice where they don't do that. Promote engaged with disability events and campaigns. Well, they never do that round here. Oh, they target you instead. Oh, yeah, this is key. Consider the needs of people with disabilities when making decisions. Really? The CEO and its agents, all these years uplifted, never do that. Oh, really? It's anyway, it's business and commerce. I just thought this is a joke. Anyway. It should be harassment then, should they? All these years I've been there. Knock, knock, knock. Who is there? Demonic entities can go elsewhere. And they're hacking to the internet. And they're hacking to the internet. Interesting, I'll get a nominous one thumbs up. Interesting, I'll get a nominous Freemasons, Bill Cooper, you might want to educate yourself.org and research it. It's really fascinating. Tuna sandwich and a cup of tea, I think it's called for. While I rest my body. The times we're living in. There really are going to be really a rude awakening happening very quickly. So let's pop over to the other channel. Oh yeah, they know these demonic entities know the temptations of the demonic side. No. If you like yesterday I visited a casino. I don't use the toilet, I've got it. So they're seeing me off the sun, but you know, the radiation was it hitting me really badly. Oh gosh, and I didn't realise how bad till I've got it in, I don't know, I've got an audio recording evidence when I go to sleep, so I've got to just switch out and really take it slowly today. Well, all weekend, because it was affecting my lungs, my head, my back of my neck, and it still is affecting my back of my neck. The injuries also up on the soft tissue, whiplash injuries from Sunday still. So my new channel got a picture of the head linked up to a computer. So demonic. Oops. Yeah, so I think a lot of people on the stream the other night, yesterday night, were very, it's interesting when they say, well, the guy that was doing the stream, he's remarried, so he's a plumber in his business, self-employed. You wouldn't get any jobs, any work, unless you are part of the club, Masonic club. You know, it's not just word of mouth. You've got to be connected. You've got to have those Masonic connections in life, on physical assistance. And if you're going to be a member of Masonic Lodge, especially a certain level degree, then you've got to do your demonic sacrifices of the innocents. So it's not that easy when you're subjected to this unlawful targeting by these demons. Yeah, it's just a good job I had a recording. And I've just uploaded it to a different device. The trespassing while I'm asleep. And I've just uploaded it to knock on the door. Oh, by the way, the perpetrators and number 7 are in there. Different device. Oh, hello. Hello, my dear. I'm just getting trespassing on my door. I didn't see you there. Just gonna get a sandwich. And I just placed it. No, not going the door. Oh, by the way, the perpetrator isn't a salmon. Oh, hello. Hello, my dear. Miss you too, Tanya. Hope you're doing well. I've really got some strange going on with my chest and my voice. So, yeah, I fell back to sleep today, this morning. It is now 3 something in the afternoon. And then I've got audio recording of these demon gaslighters 5 times banging on my door. Cold calling, trespassing. Demons, I call it Nepians. I'm tired. I fell back to sleep. 10 a.m. till 12:30 a.m. Knife call. The facts are unlawful. I mean, it's bad. Wow, Saturday morning already. How are you been, Tanya? That's early. Well, I got woken up. Woken up because it's Friday here. Got woken up 6:30. What time I fell asleep? It never happens that way. So they're hitting my head with frequencies. Very tired, yeah, same here. That's why I'm just staying put. Same here. So, brain interface, isn't it? Brain hacking. Have you got it in your ears? I've got the ice. I can't order anything else at the moment. And the ears. So, with your helpful tips, so I use ice pack. Got 2 small ones. Ice packs. I think it's spelled as that. It's on the back of the neck. Which gets spelled. Same here, brain hacking, and then the ears. Side packs on the neck. Oh dear, my voice is going. So let me just change the time on this. Yeah, so I've had a week of really unsettled. Everything's been messed up because the accident what happened to me. It is Sabbath day tomorrow. What's the weather like with you, I don't know. So I was just having a nose. Now, this woman called Diana Dane, she's had years in America of being gaslighted and targeted. Now, what this individual, quite a few individuals are doing, are just really, there's nothing better to do than attack another individual. So, I'm just observing this. It's just really sad because the times we're living in, isn't it? No matter what we go through, we're all God's creatures.
Me? Is that what you do? That's what you do. You run to the courts like a little bitch.
Has been filmed many times in the company of Jeffrey Epstein.
You want to know what
So
TI
take that for
News
what
is
it's worth.
like?
Huh? Especially
Tanya, do you want to know what Will is doing and supporting TI News? Whatever reason somebody has, they're just a bunch of people, hackers, on a certain website I can't mention and targeting people. Screen share where you can find this channel and watch it yourself. You got a beautiful day. That's really good. That's really good. You got a lovely day. It's nice out there, but I know that the sun and the frequencies are strong. So I'm just going to tune a sandwich. I'll screen share this so you can see Tanya. Be careful. How is your mum? How's your sister? So for those that don't know, just be careful what you're doing. Because this is spiritual war and cost of living is skyrocketing by design. This is distraction by people online. Because don't forget, people can lose their homes anytime. And this individual, Diana Kate, she's a TI. She's mind controlled. And she doesn't know it. This individual has a session. She seems to be knowing everything about her. So, and TI News is in there, in the chat. I'm just observing me. Just observing. And this individual seems to have an unhealthy obsession with her. But anyway, it's not for me to say, each to their own. Okay. For research purposes, should I say, while I get my cup of tea.
with Trump, even though he didn't have any, like, he knew about Epstein and he didn't like it. Because Trump knew that Epstein was a fucking pedophile and a Satanist.
What she'd exposed this is old videos. What this individual's exposed years ago, but what she's done with the cross. Satanic ritual abuses of kids as well. And I think she's just been bad luck and trying to survive.
Do anything, but he's not a pedophile and he's not a fucking Satanist. But his enemies are. And whatever I can do, I don't know what the fuck they want from me. I don't know what it means, but apparently I have some sort of influence. Apparently I got some sort of influence. I can make shit happen, and I am using my cell phone. But there's a price to pay. Oh, there's a price to pay, isn't there? A serious price. So I will not be mocked because when I think of all those babies, when I think of the fact that our government and the elites that are running the world, why do you think I like Russia so much? Why do you think I'm such a fan of Clinton? Why do you think I'm such a fan of Putin? Because he knows about these people too. And he hates them as much as I do. And when it comes to people who sacrifice children,
She has not ever met President Putin. Hi, Red. I'm not sure what you're meaning with your comment, but if it was just to come in and tell me drama community and whatever, okay? Well, whatever.
because Satan, I'll take all the friends I can get. And Putin, he seems like a really good friend to have when you're fighting Satanists who eat babies. Get me? So, yeah. So it has to do with me, it has to do with when I was born, it has to do with the sign I was born under, the meaning of my name, the time, my zodiac sign, all of that. So, yeah.
How self-absorbed do you have to be to think that literally everything that happens in the world is because of you, your zodiac sign, your RH negative blood, where you were born, whatever?
That explains why I was targeted.
No,
Explains why I was targeted. Because I'm connected to these motherfuckers. And I'm going to help destroy them. And they're afraid of me.
no.
They're afraid of me. Must be.
Yeah, I wish I could be that no, actually, I'm glad I'm not that self-absorbed because really it's gross. Okay, let's see. This is like, these are all really pissed off videos.
CIA. I just got a 3-day ban from Facebook because of Muslims showing me their fucking dicks. So Muslims are allowed to send me fucking dick pics, but I'm not allowed to have a fucking opinion about that? Fuck you, Islam! Fuck you, Muslims! I will fucking destroy Islam! I will wipe Islam from the face of the earth! Try me!
Okay.
Fucking assholes! I will fucking destroy you, Muslims!
That's big mad. That's damn big mad. Fun.
As soon as my ban is up, I am deleting every single Muslim from my friend list. You're out of the fucking club, Muslims. You're fucking terrorists. I fucking hate Islam. Fuck Islam. Fuck Muhammad. Fuck all of you. I'm deleting every Muslim. Fuck you. Fuck you. CIA, you better fucking get your dogs on a leash.
What's funny is that she now claims to respect all religions. Of course she doesn't, but that's entirely different. Yeah.
To go. Way to go, Facebook. Because your fucking ban has only made me hate Muslims. You understand, Facebook? Do you understand what your censorship has done? You have prevented me from expressing myself as an American, as a free American, and you have made me go to war with Islam. Do you understand, Facebook? I am at war with Islam now because of you, Mark Zuckerberg. Do you understand me? You censored me, Facebook. You fucking censored me!
Oh my.
I am going to fucking destroy you!
She's been controlled, mind control.
So the backstory on that particularly is that she was posting some really negative things on her Facebook wall about Muslim and Allah and all of this other stuff. And some folks responded to that. They weren't necessarily rude to her, but they just told her she doesn't understand Islam, basically. And she was not happy about that. So she started going off on them like she does with anybody who tells her or tries to tell her that she's wrong.
Facebook, I am no longer accepting any friend requests from Muslims, and I am deleting all my Muslim friends. Do you understand me, Facebook? Do you understand me? I will not have anything to do with any Muslim. Muslims are banned from my life because of you, Facebook. This is your doing. Do you understand me, Facebook? All Muslims are banned from my life. I will not have any Muslim in my life ever again because you fucking banned me, Facebook. Do you understand me, Facebook? I will not tolerate your censorship, and I will make sure that no Muslim gets anywhere near me.
Wow. That is like definitely possessed. Diana Kane almost years ago. And this woman is playing her old videos. Why this woman has a collection of her videos, I do not know. I've been following her for so many years. So Diana Kane, that woman, she was married to ex-military Navy male who had an affair with this mate. And she had a son's don't talk to her, so she's a genuine DI. But she doesn't realise how bad it is. And when she reacts that way, that's what they feed off, your negativity. Can you believe that? So, wow. Just going back to that. We'll just move it forward.
Going to try and put it on. And that video was done as she was driving from New York to Arizona. So, I mean, circumstantially, you could make a really good case that it's a possibility that Dana killed Stacy.
What? That's
my opinion.
She's made an assumption online in America, Tammy. Let's go back why she did that.
Today, because I think that you need to hear this. I think that it's important, actually. I honestly think this is like super important. Let's see. Okay. Let me just a minute, and then we'll. Okay. So this is a message that was just left for me. She says, weeks before Dana went on the run and they found Stacy dead, Dana was talking a lot about Mike being a woman killer. And she's right. She said that tons of times in a bunch of videos after she left your house. And then mysteriously, Stacy was found dead. I found that peculiar because it was like she was painting a story to put it on Mike. She was saying she was afraid of Mike and carrying on acting more erratic than normal. That's also very true. When she was on the run, she made a video, Nero killed his mom, and I do remember that as well. And I was like, this is weird. Then they found Stacy like a day or a couple of days later. All Mike has to do is get time of death and match with Dana's whereabouts, and show video timestamp of Nero killed his mom. And I think what she's trying to say there is that Nero is Hunter. Because remember, she also tried to blame Hunter for killing Stacy. So I don't know if that makes sense. It makes perfect sense, actually, to me. Mike also sent me a video. I'm going to share my screen. Mike sent me this video. And what it is.
Mike's the ex-boyfriend of Dana Kane. So remember, when you're TI, you're going from one relationship to another. And yet, by assumption making that, by this woman doing the stream.
Is it's him driving from Stacy's house to where Dana worked. The video says 2 minutes, 3 seconds, but it took about 7 seconds to get out of the parking spot and stuff. So we're talking roughly a little bit less than 2 minutes between where she was working and Stacy lived. And Dana's boss said she was gone for about 23 minutes on dinner break. So it certainly would have been plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Okay.
She could have stopped and had a cigarette and a burrito. And that's for JT.
That's really not good. Placing blame on somebody without evidence, apparently. Disclaimer. This woman's collecting all this information off Facebook, and she's got an obsession with Dana, is she? Dana Kane.
Once we're done driving, I'll also share with you the picture that Mike sent me of her place of what was the gin mill, which is where Dana worked.
Really
Just as
is
proof
gaslighting,
that
that is. That's what's called
that was what
gaslighting.
he drove to.
Following every someone's move, stalking them like
At
that.
least he stops at stop signs, because boy, Dana sure never did.
How would you know you're not there witnessing it? Tell me. Wow. That's terrible.
Just right up there, right here, is where the gin mill is. So it's literally less than 2 minutes from Stacy's house, okay?
Why
So here's what I think, and I'm just kind of surmising at this point.
No, you're guessing. Get it right.
So Dana leaves for dinner break. She goes to Stacy's. She kills Stacy, and then she gets back to work.
Google Inc. Corporation agents. Somebody's making an assumption about somebody else on your Internet of Things. Making a claim and putting it out there publicly about this woman who's a TI. Wow, you should do something about it.
Working plenty of time before anybody even, questioned where she was. Okay, because we're talking a total of under 5 minutes back.
And that picture, where the hell did she get that? There's a website, I can't mention which one on here. Dana Kane, or what date of birth she was born. Right. So they put it backwards in America. Diana Kane. Perhaps she got stopped for driving some kind of events in America. So it must have been an old photo. So why is Tammy and this lady streaming this? And I'm just observing it here today on UK. Showing that picture.
both ways, okay? Dana didn't start saying shit about Mike trafficking women and him being a lady killer, and he had a torture chamber he was building in the basement. She didn't start saying any of that shit until after she had left Mike's house, but it was just a day or two before she actually ran from the order.
If anyone knows anything about domestic violence, if you see something or somebody you thought you knew and you're witnessing stuff in their house and in the basement, in the adult industry, the SM, bondage and all this adult stuff, and the satanic ritual abuses that goes on, she's experienced that as a kid, you know, the ritual abuse and all that stuff, which is mentioned in her own eyes before dying, okay? So Tammy has no clue first-hand knowledge. You've only got the first-hand knowledge of Diana Kane and her ex-boyfriend. And these people are jumping in, giving their opinions and spreading disinformation.
The Nero killed his mom video, where she's now gone from trying to kind of set up her alibi to paint it as Mike killed her.
I can't share this. For protection of others, I'm absolutely horrified that people can get away with doing this. Tammy Haynes, eh? I bet she's got a StreamYard link for people to join her show. Just say you can trust this woman. Let me show you. It's all about Dana. Greatest hits. When did she set up the channel? 17th of May 2022. And it's straight unedited and wow. She's even made her profile picture. This is sad. Right, let's go and look for Diana Kane, correct. You want to watch yourself, the gaslighting, bloody hell. I'm not sure I spelled it right. Look how everybody's now jumping down on it. They're all making, a lot of people making videos about her. This is what gaslighting is. Right? Wow. These are people that go on a certain website, right, and takes the mickey out of people's misfortune. That's demonic. Twisted Tea Junction. Right. These are the kind of people on the internet. Look at all this, right? Let's go in the about section. Wow, look at this. And he recently set up. how demonic is in that world we're living in. There you go, Tanya, be careful who you trust. All these people are friends with Will, TR News, that are doing all this to this woman. Good Lord. Why would you want to do this to other people? Life is so short. Everyone's got their problems. This is really sad. Well, there's a bigger thing to be concerned about.
Dog porn, animal porn. All of these guys have erectile dysfunction. You should know that. Well, here's what I noticed when I was fucking Will. He would not even.
Wow. You wouldn't want to put yourself on camera like that either. "50-something woman."
Even look at me. He hid his face. Why? Because he wasn't thinking about me when he was fucking me. He was.
Really? You see, careful, Tanya. Will from TR News was having an affair with him. When it didn't work out, this is when it all kicked off.
Thinking about dog fucking. You stupid bitch. Oh, they're making you feel real special, aren't they, Kim? Yes. So, Lucifer told me about you. You can't get a boner. Well, they can put a mommy fetish. They all have erectile dysfunction. I do not. Hey, Will, Tammy Hess will absolutely fuck a dog for you. I got this folium. I'm armed and ready to fucking go. I am ready to haunt some flies. Yeah, send the word. My boss is going to allow us all to dress up for Halloween, and we get to dress up the whole week of Halloween. And so I've already got a couple costumes. Yeah, this looks like this is not a costume. This is traditional Hindi or whatever. Lucifer is the emperor over all of hell, right? He's the guy in charge. Well, apparently, Asmodeus, well,
This also Google Inc. Corporation AI computer system. These people have copied a stream and playing it and have it set up. And there's music playing in the background. So how come you haven't copyrighted their videos?
he's been rebelling against Lucifer. Helgus and Orth belong to Asmodeus. And I'm Lucifer. I have a sensitive scalp. Look at my fly swatter. Damn it. I'm actually a really nice person. Do you want to get banned, vegan dolls? You're not on my side. Friends allowed here. Yeah, I don't do tough love. I don't do tough love. Tough love does not work with me. I'm absolutely blessed to have this man in my life.
I can't tell you what website they're using to actually capture all this. Because when I did try to upload the truth for all worldwide target individuals, there is a database on the dark web. They banned and striked my other channel because I showed the truth. And they do this to people like her. So, not sharing that. It's demonic. T.I. People's Mushroom Network. It's unbelievable, Mushroom Network. It's a drama, I know. Cyber stalking community. Yes, I noticed that. That's what I noticed that. T.I. Mushroom Network. Unbelievable. Tammy won't stop until she's dead. I know. I just can't believe the last. I know about law in England, certain subjects, and what she's done is absolutely libel. And she could actually, if she was in England, she would get done for that. Tammy won't stop. Oh my gosh, it's demonic. Oh, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Just unbelievable. Let's go back into my channel. So sad. Unbelievable. You just don't do that. Doesn't matter what opinions you have. If you disagree with somebody, you just don't do these things. So demonic. That's why I titled this backup channel, Diana Dan, D-A-N. You go on my other backup, my real channel. Excuse me. T.I. Let me just go on. I'm losing my voice today, the radiator in my own neck. It's unbelievable. Well, it's not unbelievable, I expect it, but it's just demonic. Well, it's not unbelievable, I expect it, but it's a drama cycle stalking. Yeah, it is. Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna lose my voice again. You only know too well, don't you, what it's like. I'm just showing your channel. Anybody to go and check your channel out as well. Hello, how are you? This is unbelievable. Excuse my voice. Yeah. All gang stalkers and horn. Yeah, don't they like to do the horns? I get that all the time. Oh, well done. Oh, well done. I do like when you. This is very good. You've got intellect. Yeah, fake accounts. Yeah. TI News makes another stalker account. You see? I did warn you, Tanya. You know, just be careful what you're supporting, what you know. Just be true to yourself, okay? You're doing, because I know what you say on Discord, but just be careful. So, okay. I hope you don't mind sharing your video. I've got to see if I can get some electric and gas later. I've got to take it because of my neck. Well done.
He's a Dana and Sharon said, Lily of the Valley. Donovan, the true simp of YouTube. Donovan, show us your God. There he is, watch T.I. Live.
Let me try to happen.
Live News. His channel's called T.I. Joe Targeted Individual. If you want to type it in YouTube, you can see it. So he's restreaming this live. Donovan, you fucking fake ass motherfucking total pole, Donovan. Show this, you fake ass motherfucker. Donovan Shoulders, the fakest T.I. on all damn YouTube. You hear me, Donovan? Because man's got around said you're a phony fake ass gang stalker. You're gang stalking me, Donovan.
Yeah,
You're gang stalking me.
exactly. I know about the dark web, right? That website, international website. I know the company's based in London, and I know the company name. But when I tried to upload the evidence in the video to warn people who are generally going through this unlawful program, targeted subject, they gave me a strike on my other channel. I can't stream on it, so I wonder if I can actually show you. Let me see if I can actually get that channel up. I don't know if I can actually log in either. Sorry, Tanya. Daniel's upload possible insurance fraud. Okay, for just equal purposes, that's what Diana's saying. Bless her. Whatever your reason, you just don't need to attack another. Excuse me. You see, this is when Diana is not been getting well, she's still being targeted, but when she's not drinking and she's talking, she's very intelligent. She doesn't use the drink, and she's doing what she's just got to. It's like when you're going through this as a female's point of view, you got to do what you got to do, but you got to be careful, right? So I want to see if I can log into my other account. I'll stop sharing for a minute. This is just a backup channel because I got blocked from the other channel. So I'm using my voice today. Right, I've got to get out of that to get back in. So let's see if I can log into it. I'm not sure they could have easily deleted my other channel. Not sure, I'll just check. It's the radiation effect on my lungs and my chest today. Well, all week actually. Just want to see. Oh, this is where I got my strike. I'll show you.
Check the printer settings in Windows 7. On the start.
Right. I'll show you in the studio where they striked me. Split faith and times. When you tell the truth and you're TI, you're just monetizing. You know, the score goes on. So there you go. I can't share the obviously. I covered about the weather as well. Share my content. I can't upload, can't comment. Ouch, what a dick. Right. This is the date of the 12th of August 2022. They claimed terms, conditions, or policy. The video had been removed from appropriate content. There is a website, and I can't quote it on here, but a database of the worldwide target individuals straight away within minutes. Google Inc. Corporation, YouTube, took it right down, removed it, which I can't show, and gave me a strike. All the other videos, they keep doing it on this channel, because all I do is show on this channel about pink wet skies, occasionally evidence of the actual gas stalking and the car's harassment and the brain interface technology, shape-shifting demons. I am extremely careful, but I'm shadow banned anyway online. Okay, so those are the lives, the videos. Let's have a look at my videos, live videos. So you can see trauma-based mind control. My lab's the evidence, and how they do this. I'm getting the flyby harassment airplane above me outside. So they didn't like the fact I was attracting the, not views, but just the truth. If you've got MK Ultra trauma-based mind control, right? These demons don't like it, do they? But when I was showing about the police state and Freemason connection, you know, with the program, it's not just England, goes on. And then some things went on private, but they do trigger, they use the trigger. It's all part of the brain interface technology. They're all damaging my stuff, my computer, and hacking and all this stuff. And I cover quite old, various different subjects as well on that channel. And the RM, state control, sleep, police state. So yeah, they just they've all tried to go live. Right, I cannot do that. So 2 strikes, your content for a certain website, can't mention about. Worldwide target individuals, UK, London company runs a website, was removed in violation of their policy. They didn't like the fact that I had 5,000 views within a period of, let's have a look. I don't do it for views, I do it for that. Fortunately, I was getting built up with subscribers. Views of 5.4k views. Watch time for 148. I'll share this, screen share this. just the actual channel. But my back panel got 2 strikes, so I can't do anything on it. So I just happened to capture about the weather as well. Neighbour Freemasonry seems to hit a chord with the police. I've got evidence of this. This is the gaslighting by the shape-shifting demons. Freemasonry is into the police. It was obvious with the headlights on in the day. I've got demonic perpetrators all around me. So, 19th of February 2022. Worthy stage number 3. Targeting me since 1982, but probably since I was a child. People don't realise there's a different world out there. And when you get 5 times cold calling on there. Don't do it on my I can download it. I know I can. Only in my thing it will be. I think. So where are they getting? Let's have a look where these people are coming from. Excuse me. Returning viewers, new viewers. So you can see the graphics. Locations where I'm intrigued to know. Because the world is run by Masonic. Yeah, my voice is going. Didn't show you. Down traffic source. Okay, let's go back out of that to Diana. So anyway, that's why I got the strike, because I was telling the truth about the international website on the dark web of a certain well-known 2 websites the company owns, and that's where these people come from. Okay, so I did the research and I found it out. I was given a link on a Telegram group, and I'm going to show it. Yeah, this is not good, is it? So let me go back into my channel. Now also, let me share this website, it's transhumanism as well. A lot of radiation going on. And interesting, when you're TI, you don't get opportunity to do things. Demonic side, right, and go into my videos. It's unbelievable what they're doing. Regardless whether you agree to what Diana Kane does or not, you just don't libel somebody and make it worse for them. And the way they trigger Diana is MK Ultra. And when you get certain things happen to you, she's already admitted, sadly, things happen to her as a young girl by family members. And that's child abuse, underage, you know. And that could be an adult if it's not addressed, you know. It's unbelievable that happens. Don't need to be my age. Get away. Look what YouTube is doing. I am over a certain age group, thank you. Look how they have me. Because that's just set helps to keep your account safe. No, it doesn't. It's just tracking our data. Let's see what the process is. Point your data. Look at that. No our data anyway. Look at these accounts. But they want to log back in. Look, this is MK Ultra. This is neuro monitoring part. I'm not going to log in. No, thank you. Not demons. You're just absolutely looking for lost souls to take over. Look at all these like mind control people as well on the beaches in England. The price they're packed out. You tell me what target individual can go out. It's a bad coverage of the beaches. But you know, I'd love to have a holiday. Look how packed the beaches are. I'd love to have a holiday by the coast. you know? But you tell me where you can go as a target individual. And if you're on limited income and resources, look at the manipulate weather to get people out of the beach. You know, how many of these are being paid from England point of view? They're controlling the skies. Or pack out holiday resorts, for example, in England, at extortionate prices, even sites and caravan sites, right? They don't look at control weather and then lock you down because of the economic reason. Look how they're controlling all the heat and the weather down south. But up here, it's not like that. Not up my area. Give them a good holiday. Charge a fortune. And then suddenly the winter comes. I wonder how many people flashed up for this. It's going to be able to afford for the hike in prices at the end of this, well, next month it will be, October. And then winter and next 2 years onward. The Great Depression is back in that regard and financial situation. I'd rather invest in survival things small enough to survive. This is in part of England, which is Oxford, tourist destination because of the universities. But the targeting program involves the College of London. Gosh, I can't control all this. Get up in bed, resting my neck. I've got to get freshed up in a minute. Some rubbish out. But I should put some scriptures on, playing in the background. This is important for our souls, in my opinion. I'm not perfect, but my faults. But they're mind controlling me really bad yesterday. The radiation, I was affected in my wheelchair. I use a wheelchair. And I got my supplies already in. But I was just doing my banking yesterday. And how they made my wheelchair wheel come off my wheel. They're trying to kill me, you know. And I found, I won't go into it now because I'm still praying, experiencing. Look at these comet reflections of the sky. Bouncing off these cars. Wow. Yeah. The gas light in me where I go to top up my gas and electricity card 4 weeks in a row. Oh, the unit's not working, can't top it up. So shortly, later, I'll take a slow stroll up in my wheelchair. They're blocking all the paths. They keep blocking the claim to roadworks. And it's just like, it's like a Truman Show, you know. It really is a good movie, but it just is that. For those who are waking up to the bigger picture, not just gaslighting, targeting, engaged to almost mind control. It's important to remain focused. So I do like watching webcams when it shows you like this is all right. When they get you on over stage, you know, setups and things like this, looks cool. Not Tammy, Diana. Why she uploaded? I miss all the ability to go hiking Used to love all that. So many good people get information out. Here we go. Diana Kane.
So, did you know that you can take out life insurance policies on other people without them?
I can't hear it. I have to put it on my phone because they're hacking into my stuff. And this is why it's important to not just go on the negativity. So, excuse me, my voice keeps going. I've got to go. Just keep trying to rest. There's a good video about Matt Spies, like Matt Spies, it goes into woma. Here we go. Right, 30 UK. She's got a TikTok page, which is very good.
So, did you know that you can take out life insurance policies on other people without them even knowing?
Yes, I knew that.
Were you aware of that? Yeah. When I was with Helgas, he mentioned about taking a life insurance policy out on his ex-wife. And he asked me if I thought that was a good idea. And I said, because he said for Hunter's sake. And I thought, well, I guess. But because he was going to expect me to pay for it. He was going to expect me to help pay for it. Because when you take out a life insurance policy on a high-risk individual like Stacy with all her drug use issues, it's not cheap. And he couldn't afford it. So that's why he asked me about it, because he was expecting me to help him pay for it. Right? Well, to my knowledge, it never happened. And then she died. You know, he's the sociopath, demon-possessed form of hitman is accusing me of killing her. Yeah. He's the one that brought up taking out a life insurance policy on her, not shortly before she died. And this leads me to my next theory, and it's a good theory. Oh, it's a real good theory because it really does tie a lot of things together, like Tammy Huss's insane obsession with me.
Exactly.
Admitting that she is doing what she's doing. She's engaged in criminal activities like stalking and harassment of my person for Stephanie and Skip. She's doing this for them by her own admission. So she's admitting that she's committing crimes against me for my ex-husband and his new wife. And Tammy Huss isn't insurance. And she would know that it's feasible that that you can take out life insurance policies. And it is not beyond the realm of possibility that Tammy Huss convinced Stephanie and Skip to take out a life insurance policy on me, which means I'm worth more dead than alive. However, it's super delicate because if I commit suicide, if I commit suicide, they don't collect. So they can't afford to have me kill myself. Okay? But if I drank myself to death or died of a drug overdose, accidental drug overdose, which is what it was happening in New York, I was being drugged. My alcohol, my wine was being spiked with fentanyl. Well, if I died of an accidental overdose, then Stephanie and Skip could collect however. So if there's a life insurance policy, the quickest way to answer this question is find out. Well, I know law enforcement is involved in this case, and all you got to do is see if there is a policy. If Skip and Stephanie took out a policy on me through Tammy Huss, then you have your motive for why they're doing this. You understand? See,
Skip's an overweight smoker in his 50s with a previous heart attack. So life insurance is super expensive, right? A life insurance, he's going to have to pay out the fucking nose for a life insurance policy because he's a smoker, he's overweight, he's in his 50s, and he's already had a previous heart attack. So Skip is not a real good candidate. So, but if Tammy has convinced Skip and Stephanie to take out our policy on me for the sake of the boys, well, she would get a cut. And that's insurance fraud.
Yes, it is.
That's actually a felony. So, if there is an insurance policy on me, if there's a life insurance policy on me and Tammy Hess was the one who drafted it, who brokered it, and she's actively engaged in stalking and harassment, well, then she's going to prison and she's going to lose her license. And that's Stephanie and Skip are going to be arrested for committing insurance fraud, because it's one thing if they quietly took out an insurance policy on me, right? Which is why they have Tammy Hess doing all the dirty work while they sit back smoking pipes and holding court like there's some sort of royalty, and they don't actually address this. They've got Tammy doing all the heavy lifting because they know that if they engage in open harassment against me and then they have an insurance policy, well, then that's attempted murder, isn't it?
Yep.
And if you think this is far-fetched, this kind of thing is actually not that uncommon, because it's legal to take out an insurance policy on someone without their knowledge.
Yeah.
And they could just say it's because she's Duncan and Spencer's mom. Because that's the same thing Helga said to me when he brought up her in getting a life insurance policy. So it just leads me to believe that Tammy House must have been in contact with Helga's and put that thought in his mind, because they had a plan from the start, didn't they? Oh, this web just gets so much more tangled.
Yeah, of course it does.
And because I believe Tammy Hess is actually in Florida, because that's her last name address, and Helga's has ties to the Florida Mafia. Well, and Tammy Hess is a professional game stalker. That's what she is. She's a parasite. Her and Stephanie are both parasitic. Stephanie showed up in my life with the intention of doing exactly what she ended up doing. She got close to me, so she could get close to Skip, close to my kids, and she wanted my life, and that's what parasites do. They attach themselves to a host, and then they destroy the host, and then take over. Stephanie Kane is a parasite, and so is Tammy Hess. And I guarantee you there is some serious, funny business going on involving insurance policies. And if that's the case, these motherfuckers better run. They better run, because people are going to prison for that. You'll go to prison for that, guys. Tammy Hess, you'll go to prison. You're actually in the insurance business. You have a license. Do you have any idea the penalty? You know the penalties for insurance fraud, Tammy Hess. And isn't it funny that Helgas just one day, apropos of nothing, asked me about getting a life insurance policy on Stacy?
There you go.
He must have gotten that idea from you, Hess. So the fact that you were working with a no.
There you go. It fits, doesn't it? So therefore, makes you wonder why Will travelled all the way up to Arizona to see Diane in the first place. Oh, I just saw on the internet. No, when you know Will, who came on the scene, I know the connections, unfortunately. Came on the scene last year through somebody I know about in Canada. She fell out with somebody in Germany, a group of target individuals who were doing a good job for others. Got jealous about their work, and so people on the other channels that got took down as well last year. My moderators all flocked to her, and on Twitter, apparently this woman, conveniently in California, in America, happened to be connected and behind the scenes, allegedly, I put here, with Will as well, and Chinese. And how I found out some other research I found, the digging behind the scenes, because when you're in this, unfortunately, unlawfully being subjected to this program, you start weeding these individuals, and generally, if you're really struggling for cash and things like that, you know, people in the position, the way the world is now, offer something fine, but when somebody comes on and I can't pay my rent this time and do this, that, and the other, but it's a constant wanting finance out of somebody. It's just a warning sign. You've got a feeling, you realise what's going on. People are homeless, you know, there's all sorts of reasons what things are going on, and some people don't even know the targeted and why they're homeless. Most people don't realise why they get addicted to drink. You don't know why Diana is drinking all the time. But when you sustain child abuse, you know, and the history of that's not healed, so you're jumping from one relationship to another, and of course, the same pattern of events psychologically repeats itself, and the trauma repeats itself. So you're going from one situation to another, but not really healing from the past. It's going to have that add-on effect as you get older, unless you deal with it. And then, of course, there's denial. So they use the brain interface technology is to make sure that part side of the brain, they're hurt, they're traumatized, is so bad, it blocks it out. So your brain, part of your brain blocks it out, and you have to keep functioning every day. Is the PTSD they call it. And but really, when you look at the bigger picture, like Diana just said, on certain other people has done really good research and found that there is life insurance taken out, but not just for the reason what Hannah said. It's also for research and training purposes. When you're an asset in the biomedical data for the transhumanism bigger picture, the brain interface, or upload the brain to the supercomputer DRAM, then of course they're going to take out insurance on the individual. No, they don't want you to, I mean, the end game, God forbid, you know, people, they use frequencies to trigger false emotions. Learn that one the old way. So life is illusion on this physical earth. It was all extremely bespoke. And as Diana's upbringing, I mean, you know, only one who goes through this knows first-hand knowledge, what goes on, what happened. So if one makes videos or social media all that time ago, you got really someone that's so assessed, you know, really assesses somebody to such an extent. You're watching somebody. I saw Diana quote one time, what was it, 12 years? For watching somebody all that period of time making videos, and then those that know their way around the dark web. I know that the target program is the dark web is anything. It's not quite really, it's just the name of dark web. But the hacking that goes on is unbelievable. There's sophistication to all this. Well organised, satanic, witches and warlocks is all organised. Educate Yourself Talk is a good resource website. It's not mine. To look at the history of the Tavistock Institute, and that's based in England, and you go back to the 1900s, and you see how the psychological experimentations, and then you look at the history from the 1800s as well, where testing on human brain all that time ago. And then just move it on to where we are now. Technology is extremely advanced. Say to sidetrack, get people to be distracted by this saga or Diana Kanan, what she's going through. It's just a distraction from the real issues. Discredit the seriousness of this program. So anyway, go back to my channel. I see all those going through what we're going through at present lessons. There's a lot to go through. And it's important, if you are spiritual, to look into, power of God. So let me just go back now. I'm not sure it does end the stream, but and this is some scripture uplifting. So that's a T.I. Joe's. I'm just gonna play this back. She's got a TikTok page. That regard, I'm not sure. No, I can't. See if we can make sure it does.
No, yes.
There's a video. That's a lot.
So, just making an assumption online in America.
So I'm just going to focus on the effect of the CMA. So I'm going to have to mute this 1 minute while I watch a video trying to 20 degrees. Whew, it's quite warm.
Rained manna down on them for 40 years. Well, who were those people? And why? You know, and why did Joseph do what he did? Why did Noah do what he did? Let me tell you something. I had nothing. I had no way of preparing nothing. I had a dream telling me to get ready. I had a dream that showed me people that weren't ready. They were deceased, dead. Then I see another guy that was clean cut, and he said, "Get ready." Then I heard a voice say, "Go, little lamb, go." I woke up and I'm going, well, what can I? I've got nothing. I've been out on the highway for 3.5 years. 3.5 years. And then, lo and behold, I end up in a cabin in the woods. I asked the Lord for a cabin when we got to the end. It was exactly 7 years old. And then there's a bunkhouse that, guess what? 8 bunks. How many people got on the ark? 8. Like the days of Noah. And it said these days are going to be like the days of Noah. If they're going to be like the days of Noah, what should I do? Maybe I should be doing what Noah did. He prepared the ark and he moved with fear. That's right, William. They're not hearing the scriptures. And then they're real quick to give scriptures that tell them to do nothing. Don't do nothing. Just sit back and do nothing. You know? It's crazy, man. And I'm going to tell you something. This is why you got to be reading them. You need to read your scriptures. If people are telling you to do nothing and you do nothing, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. You're going to be pining away like I seen it. That's exactly what I see, and I know what's going to happen. It's going to be like the days of Noah. I think we ought to be doing what Noah did. You know, Noah prepared, didn't he? Yes. And I know this is what we're supposed to do. And most of the people ain't going to be ready. Don't you notice how the food's going up higher and higher and higher? And we go, we'll be gone by then. You know, people have been saying that for a long time. Listen, nobody's going nowhere until they're tried. You know? And then after, I'm praying we get raptured out because we're not appointed in the wrath. But anything that we may have put away, I hope that it goes to these people that are going to be probably getting their heads cut off, helping these people out a little bit. You know, I don't know how it's, you know, it's not going to matter. Only thing that matters is I seen it coming. I got ready. You know, we got ready. And the other people that didn't get ready, well, I I see that. They're going to end up being dead, deceased. You know? People think, you know, the Lord does guide your steps. The Lord does help. Look at where I'm at. You know? I asked the Lord. Nobody knew it. I didn't come on YouTube and tell everybody. I didn't say I asked the Lord for a cabin in the woods. When we got to the end. And I got sent to Israel twice. Twice. The last time I went was for 40 days. I had a dream about that too, showing me, and this is after I got ready. After everything was ready, then I got sent to Israel. I had a dream about it. You guys, when I see people creep in here on this channel, when I see people creep in here and they're quoting all these scriptures that tell you to do nothing. Nothing. No, Jesus was saying, don't worry about tomorrow. In other words, those people that are out there building bigger barns, wanting more, taking more, wanting to be rich. You know, the Lord will provide for you. We weren't supposed to live that way. You know, now I'm not living rich or anything, but we got stuff put away. We got stuff put away. We're prepared. Cabin I live in is 500 square foot. That's probably as big as many people's garage or smaller. I don't need a big place, you know. Except this, she's living in a 500 square foot cabin. The bunkhouse, it's got 8 bunks in it. That's probably 1,000, maybe 1,100. So I don't know. We add on to it, made it a little bigger because it didn't have a shower. We put a shower in it, and we put a little kitchen in it with the washer and dryer so we could wash our clothes. Because 500 square foot cabin, you don't have enough room to wash clothes. But by the grace of God, we had the money to build onto that place to put that. Yeah, we're set. But if people want to take advice from people that aren't discerning the scriptures or the times, I'm sorry, you got your ears tickled and you didn't feel the necessity to do it. Or better yet, your faith. You got to also trust that the Lord will guide your steps. The Lord will guide your ways to do stuff like that, to put some things away. How long will we be here? I don't know. I was shown the time that we leave when the police lose authority. That's the time of the rapture. When the police lose authority. Just remember that. Nobody's going nowhere until then, I guarantee it. I was shown, and I know what I was shown is true. And I was shown Obama's going to be probably for 42 months, man. Obama's running everything right now, man. Think the guy in the White House is? No. Nope. Never have been. People just, and God's word says because you didn't believe the truth, I'll make you believe the lies. How about that for quoting the scripture? Because you didn't believe the truth. See, when you get your ears tickled, and that's what it says in scriptures. Many people are going to get their ears tickled in these last days. And it says, with wisdom, get understanding. In other words, discern it. Discern what was written. What that guy, whoever it was that was quoting all that stuff, telling nobody to do. Don't worry about nothing. Guys, it ain't that you got to worry about it. It's you got to do something. Well, actually, it says Noah, he moved with fear, building the ark, and he loaded it and prepared it. Joseph did too, man. He prepared stuff. Different times, man. Just totally different times. But what they were quoting was, God knows what your needs are and He'll provide for you. In other words, you can live your life. That's not what people did. People wanted more. People wanted to have those big homes. They wanted to have big campers, big yachts, and big everything. They wanted that. Then after they got everything that they wanted, then they thought, well, I better put money away for my children to make sure my children will never have to need or want anything. And when they get that money put away, they say, well, I better put money away for my children's children and my grandchildren to where they don't have to. In other words, they got the spirit of the world. The devil is working in them. We're not supposed to be living that way. that's why everybody's like this, worried about making a lot of money. And it says they don't take counsel of me; they take counsel of their stocks. You know, they turn to those people. You know, stockbrokers and stuff like that. Yeah, you guys, we got everything set where we're at, you know, and I still do try to tell people. That lady I talked to in here, she goes, you know, she was saying how, why are we suffering for this? I said, that's because it's, you know, Jesus doesn't want anybody to perish. That's what the word says. See, now this is somebody that, you know, knows the Bible somewhat, but not enough. See, that's another thing what I'm saying about discerning. When a lot of people can't understand why is it getting worse. And then when Jesus said he doesn't wish any to perish. Now, if he just raptured us out of here, then, you know, he's going to make it more worse. But a lot of us have made ourselves ready, and we know what's coming. And we also know the police are going to lose authority. We know this. You know, until then, you know, we know what's coming on everything. And that's why, you guys, it's people are going to do what they're going to do. And they're going to have to go through what they're going to go through because they didn't prepare. They didn't get ready. You know, they didn't fully understand the scriptures. You know, that's why it says get understanding. You know, I know that dream that I had when one guy that was deceased, his clothes were all ratted up, and he goes, "We weren't ready." And all of a sudden, I'm talking to another guy, and he's going, "Get ready." And I heard a voice go, "Go, little lamb, go." I had no way of doing anything, but it all of a sudden it happened. Then all of a sudden I had a bank account, I had money, and what do you guys know what I did? I did everything I could possibly do, and I had somebody that was letting me do it, preparing and making things ready. And now we're sitting here in a really good position, man, you know, a really good position, and we made ourselves ready, and you know, you can see everything that's happening, everything. We know it's not going to be much longer. Stock market's going to collapse. A lot of people, their homes are buying high right now, but it's going to collapse. Banks will probably be shutting down. It's going to get bad. You know, America's going to get hit in 1 hour. Those merchant ships, see, they're there to fulfill what's written in scriptures. Yeah. They're going to fulfill what's written in scriptures. Noah was the first conspiracy theorist. He prepared, he warned, and was scorned for 100 years, yes. But he got ready, didn't he? Read the Bible and be prepared and discern each group, what they did and why. You know, if it says in the Bible, if it says these last days are going to be like the days of Noah, wow, that in itself tells you a lot, don't it? Like the days of Noah. They didn't believe then, just like they don't believe now. Noah got ready. You know, who did it say that's in the kingdom of heaven? Those who made themselves ready in the blood of the Lamb. Okay? You guys, the word, it says it in the scriptures, the word washes you. It cleanses you. Makes yourself ready in the blood of the Lamb. The word. Okay? You're going to get those people telling you that. They're going to tell you, don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, just be happy. He knows what you need. Don't worry. Yeah. The opportunity comes, do it. Everybody's doing it. Yeah, you gotta be careful, man. There's so much deception out there, man. I told you I hardly watch anything anymore. I don't. Because it's so full of deception, man. I told you, like that Joseph 222. You know, trying to get people to follow numbers. You know. I showed you, you know, he goes, 666, it's numbers, man. We gotta discern. You know, it's all about numbers. Listen, in the Bible, where you see where the Lord uses numbers a lot, he uses them a lot consistently. Why? Because when you see those numbers that are in Scripture, not what man is making up, then you know the Lord had his hand on it. And there's a lot of deception. I've seen like the 40 years, or the 40 days, 40 nights that it rained. Okay, 40 days, 40 nights. Then 40 years walking through the desert. When I seen my football coach, it was 40 years later. 40 years. See, they don't know that was God doing it. You know? And then there's a sign downtown Knoxville here. A bunch of them, blue ones, all their historic markers. Well, in the front, you'll read whatever historic area it is. But in the back, there's a line on the back of the sign, on one side only, just on one side. You'll see sixes going in all kinds of different directions. Sixes. Numbers are about this big. Sixes going forward, backwards, upside down. What does the devil do? He turns everything, he twists everything upside down. Well, that's what these were. Sixes going all kinds. I showed them to you guys. I had a picture of it on a video. Then it had the one eye in it. You know? I showed that to my dentist yesterday. With everybody in there. I said, these are downtown Knoxville, man. First I asked him, I said, what's the number of the beast? He goes, 666. I showed him that sign. I go, you notice how the numbers are all different ways? That's what the devil does. He turns things upside down and twists everything around. I said, do you think that's a coincidence? And he's like, wow, I've never seen that before. I've never noticed that before. I said, because everybody's too busy. Or they're listening to somebody tickling their ear. You know? I said, look at the store. It's standing 6 feet apart. There's stickers on the ground. 6, 6, 6. You know, right to the cash register. Wow, that's the number of the beast. But people don't know. They're putting a mask on and they're doing it 6 feet apart. I'm going, wow, it's 666. Must be the sign times. You know, all on the back of these signs. Wow. You know, the Lord doesn't have us moving in ignorance. But if you don't think the devil ain't out there trying to work on you guys all the time, and don't think that they won't use Scripture, because they are using Scripture. But they're not discerning the Scripture. They know what they're saying. They know. But they're going to try to get you to not discern it. Or the times. We got more of them working against us. Just trying to tell you the truth. There's a lot more of them. Because few be there that make it out of here. Few. There's a whole lot more of them. And they're more money supplied. They got more money. You know? If I had the money, I'd give me a big mobile camper, and I'd be driving all across the country with neon signs flashing it. What's going on, you know? If I had that kind of money, I surely would. Why not? Not that many people would get it, you know? Most people ain't even looking. But there's a few people out there, you know, but just like I said, they're financed. We're not. Yeah. If you're out there lying and telling people what they want to hear, you know, get your gun and everything, oh, they're financing them too. Get on my Patriot channel. They're getting $5,000 a month for our Patriot channel. And they're, who knows what they're doing, you know? It's just crazy. It's crazy. But they're more supported by the world. See, because Scripture says that too. The world will love their own, you know? They're not going to help us keep this out. They're going to do as much as they can to come against us. You know, the world, the spirit that's in most of these people, it's of the world. If they got the spirit of the world, man, they're in trouble, you know? That's why things are going to get worse and worse and worse until they cry out, you know? A lot of people, when they go and they buy their groceries, they go, you know, well, look at some of the stuff you're buying. It's got pictures of skulls on it. Skulls, where they're burning, you know? Some of the food, I see 12 packs of booze with skulls all on it, you know? Where was Christ crucified? Golgotha, which means the place of the skull. You know, this is spiritual. And most people can't figure that out either. That's why you see skulls on everything. And when you see them painting it to make it look like a flag, you know, a USA flag, a skull, you know, I'm telling you right now, I know for a fact, we aren't supposed to be doing that. That's why do you think they had to put your little hand over your heart when you pledge allegiance to that flag? Why do you think the scripture says God knows where your heart is? He knows where your heart is. Get you put your hand on that over your heart. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, the spirit of the devil, man. They know I know. They know I know. And I told you, man, they were offering me money to be silent. And I chose rather to go out and warn people. And I lived in my truck for 3.5 years. I chose that because I knew the truth. You know? It's not hard. You know, if you know what the truth is, well, I'm going to tell you something. A lot of these people, they know the truth, and they sell their souls to the devil, is what they do. But I'm going to tell you something. The Lord will still provide, you know. And then when I said I was out there for 3.5 years, look at what happened. The apostles followed Christ for 3.5 years when he did his ministry. I didn't know my trip was going to end after 3.5 years, and it did. Was the first conspiracy theorist, yeah. Yeah, they were laughing at him. It's like a lot of people, they're not really laughing at us. They're going to hate us more. Yeah. To read the Bible and be prepared. Yeah. Yeah. He listened to God and he moved with fear. Gospel intel. Okay. There's too much filthy stuff anymore on any of this stuff, you know? Like I said, I don't like to watch anything anymore. Because a lot of times they'll pop up filthy things on there, and I don't like to see it. Holmesy, yeah, you're ready. You got yourself ready. That's good. Dry food storage. Yep. We don't have to eat it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we got it. We're glad we got it. We'll be glad. We'll be glad to eat it. When people are going to riot, loot, and steal these. Most of these people right now can't afford this food. I talked to a lady that didn't buy a head of lettuce for $3 and change because it was too expensive. It's a little larger than yours. Yeah, you don't need much, do you? For the remnant, yeah, but we're made ourselves ready, and we stay in the Word, nothing but the Word. Yep, and we keep the armor of God on. That's right, man. See, I can hear when people are saying the right things. I can hear it. That's discerning the scriptures. I can hear it. And I can also hear when they're using the scriptures to try to deceive people in the times. They're not understanding the scriptures, or they're trying to deceive the people. Like put that scripture in there that he knows what our needs are, that we don't have to worry about tomorrow. Well, that's how we're supposed to be living life. Okay, he said that when people were living very simple. Okay, but actually they were on their way where we are now because they were worried about things, storing things, getting more, having more, and that's why he said that. Okay, and we're not living our lives that way. We're not. We prepared some stuff that we're going to need with this hits. Yeah, and I've seen it, people pining away. It's coming, man. We're preparing like that, but we're not preparing like, you know, we want to have a big, huge home, boat. Yeah, none of that stuff. None of it. You know, it's got to have a vehicle I can drive around in. When I'm out and about like this, I don't spend, like today I'm out a little later. Trying to reach people, do some certain things, get some things done. And just spend a little more time out here. Sanctify yourself, yes. Yeah, I've got sinus. It's all right. I don't feel too bad though. Just a little sinus problem. Everything's lining up. Yep. You live in a big city. Means big trouble when things accelerate. I hope to be raptured before that. Just have what. Yeah. Thing.
So if I commit suicide, if there is, if Steph and Skip took out a policy on me, that Tammy has his gym. Hello, they took
Who
out
knows what? Been released out of prison, and the whole place is going to be saturated. Saturated with things you can't even imagine. And going to be letting people out that are incarcerated. I even see that. I was shown that in the dream. I don't think it's just I was shown.
Oh, American Dream, what's up, honey? So Spencer already. Good morning, peace, love. Spencer already told his girlfriend I was dead while he was taking money from me. Hello, archivist. So Spencer told his girlfriend he took money from me for a year and told his girlfriend I was dead. And his only defense was it was easier that way. I'm like, okay. And his favorite Roman emperor is Nero, and Nero killed his mom. Right? And so, if there's an insurance policy on me, as long as I didn't commit suicide within the first 2 years, well, who's left? So, if Skip had an insurance policy on me, a life insurance policy on me, and he took it out a while ago. And so, it doesn't matter how I die, as long as I'm dead. You better have a good long life because TMS is directly connected to my target. And she's really admitted she's doing this as some sort of vigilante act for Skip and Steph. They have a reason. If there's a fight, if they have a fight, if they can gain financially from my death, then he was very wrong to do that. But
She's worked out.
Stephanie had him arrested and thrown out on the street.
All TIs have a policy taken out.
Right, it's 2 years. I just looked it up. Because after I said, wait, I was like, something, I'm getting something wrong, I'm misremembering something. And the suicide clause is 2 years. So if there's been a policy on me, if they have a policy on me, Skip is real big into insurance. We always had insurance. His big thing was we got to be insured. We have to be insured. So this all started back in like 2012, and it was iffy whether or not I was even going to survive my illness. And Tammy has gone behind my back talking to Skip, and she's in insurance. Like, she makes a big deal about the fact that she's in insurance, right? So if she convinced Skip that, hey, you get an insurance policy on her in case something happens, and then all of a sudden she's BFS with Stephanie, she's taking against me, and it's gotten to the point where it's real suspicious. Well, Skip would get the money. He'd be the beneficiary. He's the one that took out the policy. And of course, Stephanie's married to him. Right? So, this is what I have to ask Skip. If these people are willing to do this to me for a few dollars, right? Because Judas sold Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. And throughout this, I had this sense that Skip was Judas. He is my Judas.
No, that's it.
For my death, but he was like, she's gonna die anyway.
Jesus, small.
Well, if there's a policy, he definitely is in deep shit. If he was convinced to take out an insurance policy, a life insurance policy, and the suicide clause has been suspended, and I kill myself, or I end up with a drug overdose, or I drink myself to death. I mean, it doesn't matter how I die at this point. They just need me dead. They can get that money. But here's what I have to ask Skip. If Tammy Hess is in the business,
That's right, husband.
and so people to take out insurance policies of their victims, and then getting her, and she takes over the job stalking everything, because she has a psychology degree. You need a psychology degree, and not work in psychology, but used to work in insurance. Because if you have a psychology degree, you can learn the best way to fuck with people and run psyops and gang stalk them and fuck with their heads. The way Tammy Hess has been fucking with mine. Right? First, I get attacked, right? I get thrown in a mental hospital and I get labeled.
She's worked it out.
And I'm given drugs that cause me to become very unstable. So they set the stage. They planned this. They planned this whole fucking thing. It was all a plot to collect insurance money in the event of my death. Because I get the money, and then I wouldn't be a problem anymore. Now would I? This is one of the oldest scams in the insurance fraud. Taking out policies on somebody and then putting them in situations where
Look how they're hacking my
so
computer
you
now.
can collect the money while you sit back and act like the victim. This is literally textbook what they've done. And like I said, this all of a sudden, apropos of nothing, one day asked about getting an insurance policy on Stacy. And turns out he was
I knew it.
Tammy Hess.
That she's covering the stream.
To what
Tammy,
happened.
why are you covering her stream for?
And somehow he got those drugs and moved back to Illinois for my court.
Tammy,
Somehow he ended up with dirty fentanyl, and I almost died. And I am convinced that
why are you covering Diana's stream for?
drugs I was brought back from
Stop
Illinois.
hacking me,
That's
Pat.
what ended up in Stacy's system. She's already too far gone. She was already a drug addict. It was, and no, I'm not.
Got nothing to do but then torment people.
You're not gonna say no. It's called hot shot. And isn't it funny that how I found
Yeah, I
out
thought
about
so.
was from Tammy texting me, telling me that I was going to be arrested for Stacy's death. That's why now Stacy died. And then I get messages from Helgis. So Tammy was the one that told me that Stacy died because she was in contact. So they had this all planned out. They had it all planned out. This is a murder plot. This is a fucking murder plot. So I have to wonder how this policy is worth. How much am I worth to these motherfuckers? How much is my corp worth to these assholes? One with a psychology degree who works insurance is openly stalking and harassing has been for years. For years. She admits this. She's posting.
I knew she was covering her stream. Look at this, Tammy.
My head from my free-time insurance. And that is, she needs to be in prison. This is what she does. This is how this bitch makes her money. Tammy has to go fucking money, right? First, I get thrown in the hospital, and I get people, and I get. I'm telling you, this is what she fucking does. Hold on, guys. Thing. It was all a plot.
She is covering what I'm
collect
posting
insurance money
too.
in the event of my death, because had I died, well, they would get the money, and then I wouldn't be a problem anymore. Now would I?
She is stalking
This
her.
is the one of the.
Tammy, you naughty.
And like I said, it's Helgis. All of a sudden, apropos of nothing, one day asked me about getting an insurance policy on Stacy.
Tammy, has you been caught out?
Looking into what I'm
The
saying,
bunch you've been caught out.
listening to
They're
my life,
attacking her.
watching my videos, watching their videos,
Okay.
understand that
Look at that. Tammy is streaming her life.
I was put in a situation I was completely destabilized and drugged against my will. And Skip and Stevie had something to do with that. Skip admitted he had a female friend he was taking advice from. Turns out that female friend was Stephanie, possibly Tammy Hess.
Oh look, I am now
One of these
full
two
blown on her
bitches
ass.
were up in his ear,
No, you're not.
and somebody convinced him to take out a life insurance policy. He never fucking took.
Then they can hold her ass
I
on
was
down
really
to
sick,
county.
right?
There's nothing she's done unlawful.
Like I had severe
Look at all these people now ganging up because of this
like 3
individual.
times. I've had multiple surgeries. I've nearly starved to death. I've only
No, she's not committing suicide.
I'm only
No, she's not going to harm herself.
right? This time in years I haven't felt like I'm losing my fucking mind, where I feel stable. Right? Jesse and his hospitality and his kindness for the first time in a really long time, I actually feel safe. I feel safe.
It
So I'm able
does,
to eat.
but
I'm
you
making
also have to have an insurable interest in the person being insured. But Diana said she was there at the time of Sophie's life.
what I'm saying.
Oh, look, I knew she was on the attack.
In years, I haven't felt like I'm in imminent danger. And that's because Tammy Huss cannot get to me here. The cops aren't coming. She tried this shit just the other day, like less than a week ago. She's like, the cops are gonna be there any minute. I know. Well, I have to work tomorrow, so I'm enjoying my day. I gotta work all day tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I'm working one day tomorrow. Has been openly stalking me. I mean, she's been on Cuban Farms for years, and she's admitting now that she was stalking me years ago.
Wow.
Text messages from
Tammy was on Kiwi
She's
Farms.
and she's
.net.
clearly not right in the head. She's a fucking gang stalker who runs psyops on people, gets their family or whomever to take out insurance policies on that person, and then she proceeds to hound them into the ground until they either kill themselves, overdose,
That's gun
or get murdered.
stalking targeted program.
And if you think about my story, the very dangerous, multiple dangerous situations I have been in, constantly being harassed at my job by other people. So this is not a small operation. Tammy Hess is part of a larger operation. So I am a truly fucking targeted individual. There's no denying that. And so if y'all want, if Tammy Hess and Stephanie Kane and Skip Kane want to pursue this, well, then they're going to have to show that they don't have an insurance policy on me. And they're going to be exposed over their involvement on Cuban Farms. And what I heard yesterday, that Tammy Hess was supposed to have Stephanie on her live stream. Oh, well, she thinks she does, but she's losing support. She's losing support. She did have people behind her, but she has fucked up so bad. She's failed so miserably. I was supposed to be there already. She's taken too long. She's losing support, and she's made the cops suspicious. She's committed cardinal sin. She has made the police suspicious. Not of me, but of her, and of Skip, and of Stephanie, and all these other people. She got careless. She got careless. I love it, Tony.
Okay.
Tammy Hess is real smart. She's not very intelligent. She's a parasite, and she's greedy. And greed makes people stupid, right? She's greedy and materialistic. And she's also incredibly unattractive. And she has overplayed her hand, and now she looks suspicious. It looks really suspicious what she's doing. She's getting desperate because there's money involved. If I don't die, there's no insurance to collect. And now, because I'm bringing this up and I'm drawing attention to it, now they have to abandon their plans. Tammy has to abandon all plans. Because now I have put a light on this, and if Skip Payne has an insurance policy on me, has admitted that she's doing what she's doing for Skip on his behalf, well, then there you go. And I have zero. I don't give these assholes permission to tell me. They have no power over me. I don't give them any permission. I don't give them permission to tell me. No. They have zero permission to take my life. They don't own my life. They have no business trying to take my life. They didn't give me my life, and they ain't gonna take it. So they might as well quit, because ultimately they're gonna be the one questioning. Ultimately they're gonna be the one. Well, I haven't proved it yet, but it's not that hard to prove. Insurance policies have paper trails. It just occurred to me. I've been really giving it a lot of thought. I've been racking my brain trying to figure out why Tammy has such a fucking hard on for me, why she has pursued me so relentlessly, claiming she's doing it for Stephanie. And if Skip Payne's condition policy on me, he would have done so at Tammy Huss's advisement. She's an insurance broker. She is an insurance. And she knows the loopholes and the ins and outs. Well, I don't have proof of it yet, but I'm working on it. I've actually found the website where I can find out. So I'll let you guys know. I will let you guys know what I find out. This is something I came up with today that I thought of today because of Tammy Huss's involvement in insurance. She's in the insurance industry. She claims to be really good friends with Skip and Stephanie. And in the 20 years that Skip and I were married, it was all about having insurance. We were always comfortable. And Skip is the type of man that if he thought something was going to happen to me because of how sick I got, he would have taken out a policy on me. Well, here's the thing. You have to show, okay, in order to take out a policy on someone, you actually have to have like investment. Like you have to, like, for example, Skip would be the only one that could take out the policy on me because we were married. And he could use our case as justification for taking the policy out on me. So Skip is the only one that could keep the policy out. Tammy has no financial investment. She can't show cause that she has the right to have insurance. You can't just go around. You can't take insurance, like businesses take out insurance policies on their employees all the time because they have an investment in that employee, right? So I don't know for sure. I'm not saying I have, but there is a way to find out. And I went and registered today with a governmental agency that keeps track of these things. And it takes time to get the information back. It's not an instantaneous, oh, there's a policy. You have to submit a request to find out if someone has a policy on it. So I'm just saying, could I be wrong here? Maybe, yes. But I'm trying to figure out what the fuck Bridget's problem is, why she's stalking and harassing me and claiming she's doing it for Skip. And what motive? So I'm trying to find motive here. And somebody who works in insurance, who's a gang stalker, who works in insurance, who was like, hey, there's a fucking bounty on my head. I listen, the reason why Tammy Hess keeps pursuing this is because she don't get paid until she delivers the goods, and that's me dead. That's me dead. So has no policy on me, then I will check all this. And we'll go back to square one to figure out what this fucking problem is. She ain't doing it because she's not doing it because she's a good Samaritan. She's not doing it because she gives a fuck about my mental health or my well-being. No, this bitch wants me dead. Now I want to know why. I have a right to know why this fucking bitch wants me dead. And since she's not going to find anybody to fucking do it for her, if that fat cunt wants to drag her fat ass to Arizona and deal with me herself, then she's more than welcome to. Fuck fat ass, you ugly cunt. Come to Arizona and see what you can do. If you want me that fucking fat bitch, show up and do your own fucking dirty work. You won't, Tammy Hess, because you're a fucking coward. You're a piece of shit, and everybody can see it now. So if there's a policy on you, you should get paid. You'd be the only one that could take out the policy. Him or my boys.
Let's see what.
There's only 3 people that have the right to take out a life insurance policy and benefit from my death. So that's what we're going to find out. Like I said, I don't have any actual proof yet, but it's not going to be that hard to find out. Oh no, we have kids together. Oh yeah, no, you can't. You can take out a policy on an ex-spouse if you have kids together. If he even took out the policy while we were still married, which is why I got thrown out of the hospital and denounced as being crazy and drugged, and the suicide. Trust me, he wouldn't have any trouble getting my kids to him pretty away. Especially if he's like, hey, if mom dies, you're going to get a punk of money. I mean, these people are not fucking money. I hate to say it, but these people are just free and soulless. So we're going to find out. And they better hope there is no policy. They better hope there's no policy. Because if there is, and this is the type of motive what they've done with the Gary has to be attention to them. Especially if she is engaged, like, she can lose her insurance license for what she's doing.
Oops, that happened.
So I'm going to find out what state she's certified in, where she has her license, and then I'm going to file a complaint with the insurance board in her state and get her fired for harassment. She's going to lose her license. Oh no, that's the next step. It's finding out where he has his license, what state has her insurance license in, and then I'm going to have her license revoked for harassment. It's unprofessional. It's not professional. And then if they find out she's engaged in harassment, illegal activities, because what she's doing, if you look at the statutes in both Tennessee and Florida, she's actually engaged in criminal harassment. What she's doing is actually a crime. She has no fucking stand on it. She's fucking harassing me.
They're still hacking my computer.
And that threat on human farms is enough for her. She's got her name all over it. She's a prolific poster on human farms. And she's on YouTube as herself admitting what she's been doing to me. And if she's got an insurance license, she's going to lose it. I'm going to contact the board, the licensing board in her state, and file a complaint against her. And there's just nothing she can do about that. She sunk herself. You guys have an air fryer because they're fucking amazing. That fish was so good. Right. Yeah. That's where I'm at right now. I'm playing the licensing board in Tennessee and Florida. having her license to do insurance script. See how she likes losing her job. Karma. I was like, karma. Yeah, just call me Karma. And then finding out it's got the insurance policy on me. And when? Because it's just so weird that Halkus brought that up one day. He was in contact with and has told him, you know, you can take a policy out on Stacy because she's the mother of your son. And he was actually wanting me to pay for this. Because he had every intention of, once the insurance policy was in effect, he was going to wait a certain amount, and then she was just going to tragically die. Just like she did. Yep. Because this thing is not unheard of. People who find themselves targeted TIs often are targeted through insurance. Somebody. Oh, damn. See, mirrors on it. Mirrors on it. So you understand. He would have done this when we were married. He would have done it when we were married. If Ginger trashes me, as long as Spencer tests loyalty, then he's allowed in. They let him back in because he expressed loyalty to them. He bashed me. I mean, this is just, and understand, Spencer.
Look what Tammy Hayes says.
Yes.
What's she looking
I
at?
was very, very sick for a long time. And for a while, we weren't sure I was going to make it. Okay?
Yeah, okay, so when you take out a life insurance,
Taking out an insurance policy on
She's
me
coming at trap.
right?
because he's a hitman and he wanted to pimp her out and she wasn't going along with it. So, and she was gonna go to the cops. So Mike had to kill her to keep her quiet, right? That was the first
There's a
story.
murder plot against
And that he's got a torture chamber and that's number one.
Tammy, you're possessed with Diana.
I'm convinced that somebody took an insurance policy that my ex-husband
Wow.
had an insurance policy on me. And the
You've
only
been
way
caught out.
On Stacy.
You don't know this. You're not in their lives. Or were in their lives.
Right.
Wow.
Go, Mary.
And
You guys got it.
the issuance of an insurance policy, making it legal, valid, and protecting against intentional harmful acts.
Don't be fooled.
Okay, so we are talking about
He is insidious as fuck.
fraud, credit.
You have
You're Googling
I want
it,
to
you
find
silly
something
girl.
directly on life insurance. Okay.
it's I know. We
You're
don't
so
like
desperate to cover your
people
tracks.
like that exist outside of movies, right? These people are like movie villains.
Protecting against intentional harmful acts. Find something directly on.
They are all trying.
Okay, so when you take out a life insurance policy, when an agent writes a life insurance policy, okay, you've got an insured and then you have like
They don't care about
benefits.
Don't these are
Right?
listed on insurance
So
policies.
in order for,
that's why they fuck with me so relentlessly. They drive me to the point where I kill myself or I get killed. This is what they've been
I'll
doing.
explain.
Murder.
an ex-husband,
I will fucking die on that fucking
She's
hill.
trying to defend
No, I
herself,
can't die now
Tammy.
ever.
and I would have to have a whole bunch of her information to even be able to write the policy, of which I don't have.
No,
So
it's
she's just an,
Tammy. She's not on about you.
You can't
She's
kill
on
me.
about
I
her
always die once
ex-husband
and throw myself back in the dead.
taking
So
out a
having an insurance
policy.
policy on me that requires that I die.
You haven't got the facts correct.
All you do is just stack up.
Absolute fucking nut job. But I am gonna say this, and I hope that some of her trolls watch this, and I hope they get it back to her. Dana, I have downloaded that video just in case you get some kind of burn in your head and decide to delete it, because now we are gonna go to court, darling. Now we are going to go to court.
Oh, look. Making threats. No, you're a bunch of internet dark web of a certain website. Gaslighting for years, this woman called Diana Kane. And she's got a brain working it out finally from her ex-husband and his new wife. And you've been obsessed with her all those years. Wow.
For slander. Insurance is my livelihood. Are gonna go to court. So if I read, you're gonna need to, because take your is you. Promise.
I ended up in the house of a fucking mob hitman and serial murderer. What the fuck?
Wow. See, they do have insurance policies on target individuals worldwide.
I think I do pretty fucking good at all things considered. Okay. I think I'm pretty stable, all things considered. I'm intelligent and articulate even after everything that they've done. And they can't beat me, and this is why they're losing their grip. I just gotta wait these motherfuckers out. And that's what we're doing. There's a waiting game. Because these motherfuckers.
I am gonna say this, and I hope that some of her trolls
they won't forget, guys, because there's money. They don't want me dead like anything that I do to them. No, they are the ones who did things to me. They want me dead because there's money. Somebody's gonna get paid if I'm dead. And I ain't letting them kill me. So they ain't never gonna get paid. They're just gonna get busted for trying. So I could be an inspiration to anybody out there who's found themselves in a similar situation. God help us. I mean, I hope none of you ever find yourself in this situation. I really do. I hope that no one. This is horrible. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. I would certainly never do this to another person. I would never do this to another person if they're doing me. You gotta understand, Steve Kane is not a good man. He's not a nice man. He lacks compassion. He's a literal psychopath. He has no ability to form connections, to love, to feel, to give a fuck about anything but himself. He's like a Dexter, only not as cool.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like way less cool.
I'm ending my stream. I'm just gonna watch her. I'll keep streaming her.
He would kill me, his kids, his own mother, if he were given the order. He has no fucking soul, this man. So, understand, this is what
All target individuals have insurance taken out on them without consent worldwide.
Having no real idea that somebody like that in the world. And I blind to the reality and the truth. Looking back, it seems really fucking obvious now because hindsight being what it is. But looking back, I'm like, how the fuck did I end up with somebody like this? How did I end up with somebody like that? So, yeah. I'm telling you, this is not a joke. What we have to find, what I have to find, I'm going to do is contact the licensing board and oh yeah, no, I'm gonna. No, there's a Texas we put a diagnosis in front of me. I could literally get Social Security disability. No, I try to work. I try to actually do a job. Yeah, see, peace, love, truth. It's actually not an uncommon thing to seek out insurance policies on TIs. Yeah, no, I'm gonna file a complaint. in Tennessee and Florida. I'm going to send them the entire thread, her YouTube channel, and be like, this woman has been harassing me for years. And she's a licensed insurance agent. And I believe that she tried to my husband, she's actually, that my ex-husband promised her a payout if she gets me to kill myself. Promised to pay her if the guy collected. And that's what we have to find out, guys. So, I don't have to put this insurance policy yet. But I'm definitely gonna find out. Oh, definitely gonna find out if they took the policy out of me. Oh, and then, but in the meantime, I'm gonna file suit. I'm gonna file a complaint with Tennessee, find out where this bitch is licensed, and get her license revoked because it's unprofessional behavior. It got her in trouble. How you feeling? Ready to lose your job? You're ready to be criminal charges? Because the insurance commissioner, I passed the insurance exam with an 89, finished in under 45 minutes. I guarantee you it took Tammy more than one try just to pass 49. And it's bitch is smart. So, when I contact the insurance commissioner in Tennessee and Florida to find out, when I contact the commissioner in Tennessee and Florida to find out logic and free, because I got all the QB farms and her own shit. I got her confession that she's been stalking me for 10 years. And I'm studying to make some one thing to remember is that conduct, your personal conduct as an insurance agent, whether you're independent or you're broker, you work for an agency, is absolutely paramount. That's why Kimmy has had to hide who she was for a long. Right. So yeah, I'll go ahead and be a bipolar alcoholic for the sake of this, because if I'm bipolar and I'm an alcoholic, because my ex-husband, Tammy has, Stephanie, made it to happen. They set me up for that. Because I was perfectly fine before the shit started going. She's got all kinds of, you look up Tammy Huss, she's got all kinds of dummy companies. But one thing she is, if she's dealing in insurance, she has to be licensed, and I'm going to have her license stripped. So yeah, I'm telling this bitch. No, I'm telling this bitch. I've been to the worst emotional, mental torture. They do it on purpose. No, here's the thing. They know that I have a bad experience with the police, right? The police are the ones that took me to the hospital, held me down, injected me with something to knock me out, and then took me to a fucking mental hospital where they gave me drugs, which led to a suicide. So what they did was use that to trigger me after the fact. They pretended to be psychiatrists, right? They pretended to be psychiatrists. They constantly threatened to have me thrown in jail. They constantly used the police. The police in this department can tell you that these people were constantly telling them about me. She would go right on Marty music beds. She did it in front of Marty music beds. He got no evidence of her claiming the cops were coming right now. The cops never showed up. They're not going to show